Welcome. You've got dads.
Welcome back. So last time we rounded off all of our second dates with all of the dads, with Brian's date being the very last one we did. And I've decided that all of the third dates are going to be, like I have a pattern for choosing them. So I've chosen them based on my favorite dad's endings and my favorite dad's third dates. Hold on, my favorite dad's third dates. Yeah, that's right. So this episode, we're starting with Damien's third date. That's because, unfortunately, Damien's third date is my least favorite date. It's not a bad date, I just feel like in comparison to the other dads, it's not as good as the other dads' dates. And the ending is, I don't know, it leaves something to be desired to me, but we'll eventually see that. Because these are the third date episodes, the episodes are probably going to be longer because there's also the ending involved as well. So, just to explain the pun title of this episode, Bloodmarch Sugar Sex Magik, it's based off a really famous album from the Red Hot Chili Peppers in the 90s called Blood Sugar Sex Magik. And so now we're just going to get started on our third date because we have a long way to go. And so every time you have a third date, you always get this message. So I'm sure. Oh. Wait a second. Can you guys see my taskbar? Like, I can't honestly tell. Because for some reason my taskbar is, like, actually visible even though I'm full screen. So, give me just a second. I'm going to pause it and check just to be sure. Okay, so I just checked the video so far and you can't see the taskbar, so I'm not going to worry about it. At least a bonus is that I actually have a clock that I can see, so I can see how long the episode's getting. Yeah, it's not really been that long since we last saw Damien. In fact, his second date wasn't that long ago with us. I actually think that's nice, though. Like, there's something satisfying about handwriting a letter.
Huh. Aww. Aww. Huh.
As I think about it, though, like, I think being a vampire would be cool, but one of the things that would really off-put me from being a vampire is not being able to, supposedly, have garlic bread, or garlic, because I absolutely love garlic bread, and I love garlic. So that would kind of, I don't know if that would be a deal breaker, per se, but it definitely wouldn't go over well with me. Yeah, but then you have to figure, like, death isn't celebrated the same way in every culture. Not every culture wears black to mourn death. Some cultures wear bright colors to mourn death. I want to say there's a culture that wears red to do it, and I don't remember which one it is. But I mean, yeah, I just think it's a bit of a narrow-minded view of what mourning is supposed to be, though.
Huh. Oh no.
No, that's actually a smart idea.
Ah.
See, the game usually isn't very deep, but I think this part is extremely deep. Like, I've never honestly thought about that before. Because, you know, our modern society doesn't grieve the way that our societies in history did. And I never thought that that would actually impact maybe how we deal with death as much in terms of just emotional stability, mental health. But that's actually very fascinating that, you know, his idea is that because we don't have any of these customs and traditions like we used to have to properly honor the dead or to honor the dead in very specific ways, then we end up feeling lost about it. And I think that's extremely insightful.
Oh
What?
my! Huh.
Do you not know, like, a kennel or, you know, an adoption agency for pets when you see one? Like, I wouldn't immediately start thinking it's, you know, something weird. Like, as soon as I saw dogs in cages and, you know, kind of along a hallway in a place that looks very sterile, I'm going to imagine, oh, this might be, you know, like a kennel. This might be something like that, not some mysterious weirdo place.
Ah. Ugh.
Truth is, Mary, like, I want to like you, but it's not us who puts you in a box. You kind of put yourself in a box. And so you can't really, you know, blame people for seeing you in sort of one dimension when that's all you present yourself as. And the one dimension you always present yourself as is this extremely immature, mean-spirited alcoholic. Like, it isn't our fault that people perceive you that way. It's your fault that people perceive you that way. Like, I've played this game in other scenarios, and Mary is a good person, and she is pretty cool, but she doesn't honestly help her image very much at all by the way she acts most of the time. Oh, he's so embarrassed. Well, I would actually find it really hard put for you to be completely goth in the modern times. I mean, this is, you know, the modern era. The goth period has passed. It's long past, you know. That's an interest that you take in, but I don't expect you to lead every single facet of your life in that sort of lifestyle or appearance or anything like that. So I'm not honestly that shocked.
Oh no.
I mean, maybe a little bit of that is boring, but you make up for it so much, you know, when you're not actually doing those things. You're constantly, like, embracing this alternative lifestyle that you're completely impassioned about. It's nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, this is almost like the same level as Hugo's infatuation with wrestling and being completely embarrassed about it. None of these things are embarrassing. You know, they're actually extremely fascinating parts of yourself that, you know, I feel like because, well, if someone like us, you know, the Dadsona, gets to see that there's more than one side to you, then to me that's even better, because then we get a better picture of who you really are and not who you appear to be. And we are okay with that.
Ah.
Oh my.
Hmm. Hmm. Ugh. Hmm.
Oh no. Whatever will we do? He is a little, like, as much as I definitely admit to myself that I'm a very face value person, and I'm absolutely terrible with, you know, discerning sarcasm and seeing nuance in sarcasm, I don't think I'm as bad as the Dadsona is about it.
Ah.
Although I will, let me rant just like a tiny second on why I don't like sarcasm. And the reason I really don't like sarcasm is, why is it so hard to say exactly what you mean? Like, why go through all these extra steps of, what's the word for it? Subversiveness. Like, why go through all of these extra steps to be snide and smarmy and, you know, just, like, why? What's the point of it? Like, that's so inefficient for a conversation. So, I don't know. I really don't like sarcasm, because I'd rather people tell me what they mean to convey just directly. I don't want to have to play a guessing game trying to figure out what you mean from what you say, because the words don't match exactly. I don't want to have to pay super careful attention to your intonation to try and figure out, okay, is this a true statement? Is this a false statement? Like, no, just be upfront. I really like Mary's map, though. So, this is the first time we actually get any sense of where anything is in relation to, you know, other locations. So this is Joseph and Mary's house right here. This is Robert's house. This is Damien's. This is Hugo's. Here is Brian's house. Craig, Matt, and here is where we live. And so, like, when I imagined, you know, in the very beginning we moved into the neighborhood, somehow I imagined, like, the coffee spoon would be, like, somewhere over here. I imagined that, I mean, like, I knew kind of in relation to where these houses were, but somehow I thought our house would kind of be here, Robert's would kind of be, like, over here, and, well, I guess I got this one right. And I imagined Hugo's house would be, like, over here or something. But, yeah, I'm kind of glad they gave us this map. I think it's, one, really cool detail, but two, it gives us, like, a more solidified idea of where things are. Hey, there's nothing wrong with other nerd. Hugo is a perfect specimen of a man, so just saying. So we're here. I guess we can go here first. I mean, dogs like balls, right? I mean, not as much as I like balls, but dogs like balls, so maybe the Duchess will go try and chase a ball. I definitely don't think the Duchess will be in an aquarium. That doesn't make any sense. The Bayside is possible. Like, I know there's that burrito shack that Amanda and I went to once, so she might have gone out there too. But we're gonna go to the softball field first. I'm surprised she hasn't been, you know, adopted yet then. I have no earthly idea. Let's say gotta stay positive. Why do you have to be this weird? Like, can't you be normal for once? The thing is, our nostrils aren't that big. In fact, Damien's nostrils are larger than ours. Oh my god. Can I stop playing you now? Like, I am that embarrassed. Like, can I just start over again?
Oh. Oh. Hmm.
Yeah, but I don't expect them to know our names, really, because it's not like we've really interacted with them all that much. So I was right. You know, the dog at least came here at some point.
Oh.
Okay, so that crosses off the softball field. Since I remember the burrito shack, let's go to the Bayside.
Ah.
The more and more they describe this dog, it sounds like some reincarnated human soul inhabited this dog body, and now she's got some unfinished business that she's trying to do. Let me guess, burrito time?
Alright.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, as long as you feel productive with your life, that's what matters. Yep, kind of guessed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, that rules that out. So this mini game, if you can call it a mini game, it does, like, timing is important. And if you take too long, like if you go to too many places you don't find the Duchess, you will lose it. So I'm going to go to the coffee spoon. I wonder what he's reading.
Hey.
Huh.
Hmm. Hey.
Okay, so she's not here. I'm gonna go to the cul-de-sac. Like I said, I really don't think she would go to the aquarium. Although part of me is tempted to go to the aquarium. But I might run out of time if I do that. You know what? I'm gonna save it. So yeah, I didn't think so. No, actually, I did not know that. This just, I don't feel like it's a joke that would go over well. It just doesn't seem like it's the start of a good joke. Knock knock seems a little boring. This seems promising. Actually, I'm going to go with the knock knock. Let's see what happens. What? I don't think I get it. Death cultivate a more chipper attitude, friend. We're going to find that dog. I really don't even know what to say to that. Like, because, like, if this was like a pun, like a play on words at this point, you know, like death sounded like something else, then I would, you know, I'd be okay with it, but it doesn't honestly sound like anything. It's just like dead weight at the beginning of a pun. It's just, it's not good. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5. In fact, I'm going to give it a 0 out of 5 because it's just that bad. But Damien likes it, so okay, we'll just, okay. You do you. I am slightly judging you though, but you do you. So because I played the scenario before, I know where the Duchess is, but I'm really not sure how much time left I have in the date. So I'm going to go back to the coffee spoon.
Hey.
Huh. Okay. That didn't happen like I thought it was going to. Anyway, cul-de-sac time. This is not the cul-de-sac, so... Okay. Brian. What kind of shady as hell response is that? You need to chill. Do not make me come over there.
Oh no. Huh.
Well, you know what? With that shady comment you gave us earlier, you deserve it. Calm as a bitch. You deserve it. God, that was really rude. I can't believe he said that. I mean, I know he's trying to be friendly, but that was just not the right timing. Okay, we'll see if we can do it. Let's see if we have time to do this.
What?
Hey, dude.
Yeah, I could see that. But don't you worry that working at an animal shelter, you know, being around dogs, probably getting pet dander on your clothes, is gonna somehow get into your house and maybe, you know, affect Lucian that way? Okay, it looks like we have enough time to finish, and we didn't run out of time, so I'm glad. So where the Duchess is in the cul-de-sac. She's a cute dog, though. Well, we have the banana bread, and I think that's probably the best bet at this point. It does make me wonder, can dogs eat bananas? Because I honestly don't know. Oh, Hugo and I are really good. Trust me, it's no problem. As much as I want to ask what flavor the pizza rolls are, I think we're gonna go with... It's actually a good question. Because we're definitely trespassing. And personally, I don't care if Hugo knows or not. Like, me and Hugo are super cool. But I guess I'll go with this one. No, you're not cool. You're one of the lamest kids I've ever seen. Yeah, we've played this game many, many times. It's probably definitely not good for her though. Hey, don't be mad, Hugo. I'll make it up to you later.
Whoa!
So, Duchess Cordelia can open doors, but can she open locked doors? Like, can she unlock doors, or can she just open doors which are unlocked? And can she open all doors, or only ones that have certain doorknobs? Or door handles? Like, can she open a sliding glass door? Can she open, a freezer door, like you see in like a walk-in freezer? Like, can she open those sorts of doors? Wow, that's really fast.
What?
Yeah, that is kind of cute though. That's not what I call taking care of her, so I hope you have something more, in mind than just pizza rolls.
Oh.
Ah!
And one of the bonuses to them having Duchess Cordelia, I think, is because Hugo is such a strong person, she's not necessarily going to really, just have complete run over the family. Like, Hugo's going to be able to control this dog because he's, a big, strong, tall guy. So I think that part kind of works out.
Oh!
I can believe it. I'm happy for you. I really am. I also feel like it's kind of sad that it took, that for him to at least acknowledge your father status. I mean, it is promising.
Hey.
Why is he so worked up about this, though? Like, we didn't, fall into a romantic relationship with Damien, or a semi-romantic relationship with Damien, just because he was goth. Like, that's never what was the deciding factor. And I have to be honest, I'm a little disappointed that he thinks that was the deciding factor. Like, do you have such low self-esteem or, self-worth that you think the only thing that anybody could possibly like about you is, a facade that you put on? Because if so, like, that's really undercutting yourself. I mean, I personally think Damien's actually a very wonderful person. He's a great father. He's attractive, he has very interesting hobbies, interesting pastimes. He's skilled because, I mean, if you remember, his garden was absolutely gorgeous. His house was absolutely gorgeous. So, he's got a lot going for him that he's just underselling himself about. Thing is, owning 5 pairs of tennis shoes is probably a good thing because you never know when you're going to need another pair of shoes. Shoes can wear out so easily. So, and for me personally, I love glasses. I think glasses are some of the sexiest things. And I mean, I know I shouldn't find, bad eyesight sexy, and that's not what makes it sexy to me. It's just, I don't know, something that frames your eyes. Just sometimes it really brings out your eyes, and as often quoted, eyes are the window to the soul. So I don't know, it's just interesting. I used to wear glasses because I had a lazy eye when I was little, and then I wore glasses for about 8 or 9 years. And because they had caught the condition really early, they're like, there's a 50-50 shot that this will work. And I just happened to grow out of it. It happened to work for me. So I don't know, maybe my like of glasses is just tied into the past. I have no idea. All I know is I like glasses. Thank you. I totally agree. I agree like 500% on that one. And so what if you are? I mean, boring is such a subjective term. I don't know, making your own peanut butter, that could be kind of interesting. Ooh, smooth. very polite. Personally, I like more spontaneous romance. I don't necessarily want to be asked to be kissed. I mean, some people do. Some people like that, that stage. But I like spontaneity. I mean, of course, that's a basic answer. Thou art welcome. I don't know. I kind of like this one, though. I'm going to go with this one. Do I want to would? Okay. I was about to say, we ain't gonna, get the boom boom on in the animal shelter, are we? Because I'm not into that kind of thing. Like that's a little too kinky for me. That's like almost bordering on zoophilia, and it's just no ma'am. I'm not about that.
Oh. Huh.
It's a rather romantic thing, I think. We done caught you. Yep, he was biting my neck to initiate me. Oh, that means Damien and Robert are not going to get along at all. That's really sweet.
I'm sensing a romance between us. A chemical romance. What? That's a band?
So it's a little hard to say exactly what I want to do at this point. Like, I can end the date here, because this is the end of the date, and then I can do the dad's endings all separately. But the problem I have with doing it that way is that a lot of the ending scene is the exact same, except for a few small parts. So that means I'm going to be recording like 7 different videos of what is mostly the exact same material over and over and over again, except for a few parts which are going to be different. And I'm not sure I'm okay with that. So right now this video is probably, I mean, I honestly can't tell because I've paused it like twice just to make sure that we weren't having technical difficulties. So right now the video is like, what, 42 or so minutes long? And to me that's a little unsettling. I don't want it to be that long already. And if we do, yeah, you know what, let's just go for it. I'm wasting time. Let's just go for it. The worst part is I'm going to be doing this scenario 7 different times, and there's only 3 answers. So I'm going to have to choose at least one of them more than once. So for this time, I'm going to go with what no. Oh, that's got a sock. Shellfish is often rather delicious.
Ugh.
This whole family is bad at lying. I'm surprised she agreed that quickly, though.
Hey!
All right.
That sounds delicious, to be honest. That also sounds delicious. So I don't think I've had a ton of varieties of mac and cheese. But personally, I love homemade mac and cheese, as any good person should. And so when I make my homemade mac and cheese, what I do is I like to bake it. I don't like it to just be a stovetop confection. Because to me, baking it really gets the cheese just ooey gooey, all throughout. So what I like to do is I like to use at least 2 different types of cheese. That way you have a slight difference in flavor. And what I like to do is I like to take caramelized onions, and I also like to chop up fried. I like to fry up some bacon and then chop it up into small pieces, and then put it into my mac and cheese. Then I bake it. Then I put the breadcrumbs on top, and then I bake it. And that's how I like to do my mac and cheese. And you could eat it plain, or you eat it with a little bit of hot sauce. And that's how I like to do it. So I'm kind of wondering, how does everybody else like their mac and cheese? And I also wonder, how do all of the Dream Daddies like their mac and cheese? I imagine Hugo likes a 4 cheese, or as many cheeses as possible as you can put in it that are going to work, type of mac and cheese. I imagine Robert likes his mac and cheese, I've heard of people making mac and cheese using alcohol, like beer or something, in the batter or in the sauce. Let's see. I'm sure one of you likes sugar in your mac and cheese. I'm sure one of you probably likes ketchup in your mac and cheese. I knew one kid in middle school who ate his mac and cheese, and every time he ate it, it would always be with ketchup. He could not eat it without ketchup. That was just his thing. Personally, it's not mine, but whatever. So yeah, I kind of wonder what everyone's mac and cheese preferences are.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our first priority, absolutely. So it looks like maybe Pablo is DJing? I'm not sure. Is he just a party guest? The world-renowned Vacant Veil, which has never produced an album. So how exactly are they world-renowned, Pablo? I mean, I'm not trying to shun your game here, but you gotta have a game first. So thankfully, in Damien's ending, Mary is congenial with you, and she actually gets to have a conversation with Amanda.
Ah,
I want to see the Samoyed though, because Samoyeds are my favorite kind of dog. Like, they are absolutely beautiful. They look like a snowball mixed with a cloud, like a puff cloud. Like, it's like perfect.
Ah.
So one of the things that annoys me is this is the only ending which has Duchess in it, and I feel like it's such a nice thing to have them all together, but this is the only ending in which this happens. I kind of like this sort of, curve, like this curved imaginary line that they're creating. It's almost like a bar graph. Oh my. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm actually really glad to hear that. Hey, I'll break into your house anytime, Hugo. I may be with Damien right now, but you my dream daddy, so you want to hit this, hit me up. It's not bad. Not bad, really. Although I can't really blame him. I mean, that's kind of the same reaction I give. Like, even though I will tell people something's not bad, what I mean is it's good. And I don't know, I just use the term not bad instead of good. I guess it's because I just feel like good requires so much more effort. Like, things to me usually don't naturally reach a good level, like a performance level. So to me, it really has to show it. But with this party, though, like, it looks turned. I mean, you have the mac and cheese bar, you have the ice cream bar, we have like a DJ of some sort. We have these nice little tables with flower arrangements, and it looks like, a fully stocked alcohol bar. So I would personally think, and I mean, hold on, and look at these nice ass cute lanterns. I mean, I think this party's probably happening. I mean, can you do better, Brian, though? Can you? So personally, I wouldn't even describe this party as not bad. I would say it's good.
Hey.
Well, I'm not letting him bait me because I don't give a fuck. Don't you mean pull me out of the lake again? Is this a typo? Because this sounds like he's planning an alcoholic intervention for us. I honestly don't think she cares, though. No, I really don't.
Oh.
bro.
So just for the record, in the future, for all of the end scenarios, I'm going to go through the And like, I'm not going to press this. I'm not going to go through the fast forward button. But I'm going to go through the dialogue very fast because it's all the same, like I said. I mean, a few things are different, so I'll make sure not to skip that. But everything else that I don't go through fast, or everything else that I go through fast, that is all the same stuff. It's a party, Craig. Lighten up. It's really not a big deal. And they're kids. You know, let them have fun.
Hey!
Well, yeah, after I Laganja Estrangered it up on the dance floor and I did a death drop like nobody believed, I bet they do want to see it again. See, Joseph want to get this daddy dick. He trying real hard. He want it. And does that mean like sucky sucky in your church office? Is that what you mean? I mean, I'm not opposed, but you know, well, I guess if I'm going to give Hugo a chance, even if I'm in a relationship with Damien, maybe I'll give you one. I'll think about it. We'll just sit with that. I'll think about it. Because even with Hugo, and if I'm in a relationship with Damien, I'm completely joking. I'm not going to go run off on some other guy. So I'm going to tell him I'll think about it, but in truth, case closed, I'm not thinking about it. Okay, maybe a little in my own spare time, but I'm not going to act on that. You know, I would be lying if I said I didn't think about it. I mean, he's gorgeous. Come on. But that's what the other date scenarios are for, right? So we're just going to keep moving onward.
Oh.
Does this mean Hugo? Because I honestly don't know. Gladly, because I love trivia. I absolutely love trivia.
Oh.
I'm actually kind of like, it's really cute to me that Hugo's even blushing right now after talking to us. It's like, why are you blushing? You're just so cute. Like, oh my God. How did God create such a perfect human being? I have no idea.
Oh.
Like, Robert's smiling. He looks all friendly here, but it's a very empty conversation. I mean, unless you're doing Robert's date and Robert's ending, and then it's not. But anybody else's, yeah, it's very empty. And if you sleep with him on the first night, you know, then this whole scenario is completely different.
Oh. Hey.
And because it's because it's Damien's ending, we get some time with Lucien, and we get like a slight relationship development with Lucien. Not enough in my book, but we get a little bit. At least he acknowledges it.
Huh. Hmm?
Oh my god, that's so sweet. Oh my god. Well, at this point, I honestly don't blame him if he does.
Ah.
Now, I kind of wish the developers had shown us what this framed picture was, like flash it across the screen for a little bit. But I mean, I know why they can't, because the Dadsone is so customizable that it would be a little bit difficult to create a good piece of artwork with that in mind. So I can forgive them for it, but man, would it be nice if we could see it.
Hmm? Ugh. Pew!
So for some reason, the Dadsona and Amanda have a cherry tree in their backyard. I don't know why. I think it's really beautiful, but it's just so unexpected. It's like, this is something I would expect in like an anime or a manga or something. Like, it seemed a little out of place.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
Oh, thank God. Now, what if indeed? That would be a nightmare. See, that's a good thing, though. You should, I mean, as much as I personally don't feel like I do this, it's something I strive to do. It's something I think everyone should do or should strive to do if they're not already doing it. Is just find a way to kind of get to this level where you feel like yourself no matter what you're doing. It's not easy. I haven't, really been able to get there myself, but I'm trying. So I imagine when I do get there, it's going to feel absolutely amazing. And so I'm glad that Damien realized this about himself.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, but thank Jesus we ain't in the Victorian era. Now plant them wet lips on me. Like, let's not hold back.
Oh.
Good. And that is Damien's ending. So I'm gonna speed through the credits so we can get to the final image, because I know that we got good enough scores on the dates to get that. So it's, you know, it eventually speeds up more and more. There we go. And here is Damien's pinup image that we get for the good ending. And with that said, that actually ends Damien's date and Damien's ending. And I hope you enjoyed. So pay attention for the, you know, the other dates and the other endings as we go through them. All right, bye.